I'm just glad you're safe.
Now, A Nightmare on Elm Street is a 2010 remake of the 1984 classic. Now, this story centers around child rapist Freddy Krueger, who was killed by the parents of his victims.
Our kids get on the stand and have to tell a room full of people what happened to them.
Right,
We've
Quentin.
got to call the
He's
police.
right.
This is not the way
This
to
ends
do it.
tonight.
So he comes back as a vengeful spirit to torture their children in their dreams. But here are the rules. If he kills them in their dreams, they die in real life.
Ted, you're it.
So, why should you watch this movie? Reason number 1, Dean's death.
Dean, what are you doing?
Now, when teenager Dean Russell dies mysteriously, his friends ponder what happened to him. You see, Dean had been having these nightmares about some man.
They're just dreams. Okay, they're not real.
These dreams, they're real.
And on one fateful night, while dining at a restaurant, Dean appears to have slit his own throat. But those who witnessed the death, including the viewing audience watching the movie, saw Dean appear to struggle with someone or something that they couldn't see. And right before he dies, he says,
You're not real.
Dean, stop it!
now we the viewers see what really went down. It was Freddy, who had been stalking Dean in his dreams, was the one who was actually holding the knife, and it was him who actually killed Dean.
You're not real. You're not real. You're not real. I am now.
Reason number 2, Dean's funeral.
Today we are gathered and united for the tragic loss of a young man with so much life ahead of him. Let us pray.
Now, while attending Dean's funeral, friends Nancy, Kris, Quentin, and Jesse sees a photo of them with Dean as children.
You knew Dean that far back?
I don't know how I'm in that picture. I didn't meet Dean until high school.
But that's the problem. They've only known each other since high school, but apparently they knew each other as children and somehow must have forgotten. So they seek answers from their parents and administrators, who are pretty hush-hush about things. But the more they find out, the more danger they put themselves in. Reason number 3, Freddy Krueger, the groundskeeper.
There was a man at the preschool. His name was Fred Krueger.
Now there's a reason these teens' parents have been so secretive. It appears that they were all raped and sexually abused by Frederick Charles Krueger, who served as the gardener at Batham Preschool.
He lived in the basement of the preschool, and you kids were his life.
Freddy was friends to all of the children, and using his friendly and kind personality to befriend them, he would take them to his secret fun place, the school's boiler room.
And then we started to notice things.
Where he would do unspeakable acts, including murdering some. This led the parents of the children to chase him down and burn him alive. But by doing so, this would help protect their children's innocence, and they'd never have to bring this up again.
I'm not lying to you! I didn't want you to have to go through your life with this memory!
So this would serve as a chamber of horrors that has long since forgotten.
I didn't want you to remember! I wanted you to forget!
Remember what?
But through Dean's death and funeral, one by one, Freddy made them all remember.
You think you could turn back time? Do you think you can bring the dead back to life? I didn't fucking think so.
Reason number 4, Nancy Holbrook.
Answer if you need someone to talk to.
I'm okay, thank you.
Yes, you heard me correctly. Nancy Holbrook, not Nancy Thompson, is the object of Freddy's wrath.
And you, Nancy,
So good.
you were his favorite of all.
You know what?
Now through this, Nancy, this is where our story plays out. It appears that Nancy is the one to find out all of the backstory of she and her friends through her mom.
Didn't want to believe it at first.
Ready or not,
You all were so innocent.
And it is Nancy who was likely done the absolute worst by Freddy.
What are those pictures of?
They're all of you.
Want to see?
So this is heavily implied by her friend Quentin, because when he sees photos and writings of the human Freddy, he is not only speechless, but he also gets tears in his eyes based on what he sees.
Oh, God. No!
This is the movie's way of letting us know that Nancy was sexually abused the worst. Even when she faces off against the dream demon Freddy, he comments that she was his favorite.
This dress was always one of my favorites.
Reason number 5, not Robert Englund.
Why are you screaming? I haven't even cut you yet.
Now, it doesn't take but a few seconds to see that the person behind the Freddy costume is no longer Robert Englund, who made the character iconic.
Welcome to prime time, bitch!
But instead, it is veteran actor Jackie Earle Haley.
Did you know that after the heart stops beating, the brain keeps functioning for well over 7 minutes?
And while Robert made the character Freddy what it is today, I really enjoyed Jackie Haley's version.
We got 6 more minutes to play.
Haley's version leaned into the pedophile side of things.
Your mouth says no, but your body says yes.
And there was just so many off-color and raunchy jokes that I believe that went right over people's heads.
Now that you got me, what game do you want to play next?
Fuck you.
Ooh, sounds like fun.
Plus, Jackie's smaller than Robert, so he looks like a frail little pervert as Freddy.
You really shouldn't fall asleep in class.
And Robert is like 6 foot, and Jackie is 5'5", and he does a certain shuffle when trying to stalk his victims. And he also has his hands behind his back as he's trying to bribe a child with candy.
You look just as beautiful as ever.
And that subtlety right there is just so on the nose for such a repulsive character. And for the role needed, Jackie Haley was the right guy.
How's this for a wet dream?
Now, in the end, 2010's A Nightmare on Elm Street was a good movie, but it could have been great. How great? It could have truly challenged the 1984 original in being iconic. The problem with the 2010s version was that the filmmakers were their own worst enemies. The idea of making Freddy look like a real burn victim, in theory, sounded good, but the execution was terrible.
Ready or not, here I come.
Now, if Jackie Haley had a better look, he's rivaling Robert in this movie, no doubt about it. And the idea of making Freddy innocent was pretty awesome.
We were 5! We would have said anything! How do you know he was guilty?
Oh my God.
You killed an innocent man.
Like, can you imagine a story where Freddy was innocent? I mean, you could easily see why he would want vengeance. But true to their nature, the filmmakers then wrote themselves into a corner by taking an original idea and stepping all over it.
He's not after us because we lied. He's after us because we told the truth.
This movie had the potential to rewrite the Nightmare franchise. And every good thing that they had, they messed it up. And Jackie Haley was perfect for the role, and all they needed to do was stick to landing, and they screwed it up. However, this is still a part of history, and it's a movie that is worth a one-time watch.
I was just petting him.
And until next time, when CED talks horror.
I'm real.
Now, if you want to wear merch from your favorite horror movies, then I've got just the thing for you. Just click on the link in the descriptions and in the pinned comments that says Horror Movie Shirts. Our store has the best designs, and we'll see you there. Now, this video is sponsored by my Patreon supporters. Thank you for your support, and God bless. The Rewind is our exclusive membership section, and by joining the Rewind, you'll receive exclusive content not found anywhere else. You'll receive early releases, video shoutouts, behind the scenes footage and photos, unreleased and unedited kill scenes that we can't show you on YouTube, plus special commentary from yours truly, CEDtalks. So join the rewind today by clicking the link in the descriptions and in the pinned comments.